plus 1458. We have to look for the sum of this GP. So if you look at this question very well, our A is 2, which is the first term. Our D will definitely be the second term divided by the first term, and that gives 6 divided by 2, and that is 3. I mean our R, not D, because we use common ratio in GP, not common difference. So our R is 3. So the question now asks us to look for the sum. And we have two formulae for the sum depending on the value of R. If our R is greater than 1, a particular formula will be applied. If our R is less than 1, another one will be applied. But since R is greater than 1, then we apply sum, which is A into R raised by n minus 1 R minus 1. This is for R greater than 1. So we have to look for the sum. Yeah, so automatically Sn, we have our A is 2, then our R is 3 raised by n minus 1 over 3 minus 1. So here we have 2 into 3 raised by n minus 1. Since our n is not given, so we have 2. Then 2 cancel 2. So automatically Sn will definitely be 3 raised by n minus 1. And that is our answer, since our n is not known. Example 3, a GP has 6 terms. A GP has 6 terms. Example 3 now is GP has 6 terms, so number of terms 6. If the third term and the fourth term are this, the third term, which has the formula AR square is 28, while the fourth term, which has the formula AR cube, is minus 56. The question asks us to find the first term, B, the sum of GP. So we have to look for the first term. So here our AR square is 28. Let this be equation 1 and let this be equation 2. From equation 2, we can write AR square times R by law of indices minus 56. And since AR square is equal to 28, we substitute that into this, then we have 28 times R equals to minus 56. Then when we divide both sides by 28, when we divide both sides by 28, we are going to have R to be equals to minus 2. And since we have calculated our R to be minus 2, we can then calculate our A by using equation 1. So when we use equation 1, we have A to be raised by minus 2 squared, since our R is minus 2 equals to 28. Then minus 2 squared is 4. 4 times A, 4A equals to 28. Divide both sides by 4, then we'll have 28 divided by 4. So automatically, when you cancel this, then your A, 4 here 1, 4 here 7. So our A is 7. And the question asks us to calculate the first term. So this is the answer for the first term. And the question still move further to ask us to calculate the sum of GP. And since our R, which is equal to minus 2, our R is less than 1, automatically we use this formula, which is 1 minus R raised by n into R, 1 minus R, because our R is less than 1. So here we have been given the number of terms, which is 6. So our first term has been calculated is 7. Then 1 minus r, which is minus 2, raised to power n, 9. Then over 1 minus 2. So here, 2 raised to power 9 will give what? What is, so our 2 raised to power 9 gives 2, 5, 12. So S6 will now be 7 into 1 minus 5, 12 over 1 minus 2. That gives 1 plus 2. So S6 will now be 7 into minus 5, 1, 1 over 3. So if you evaluate this, 511 multiplied by 7, we have 3,577 divided by 3. So S6. So we have, there is a minus here. So we have minus 3,577 divided by 3. So this will be our S6. So sum of 10 first, sum of 6 terms, first 6 terms will be minus 3,577 divided by 3. The next is a sum to infinity. The sum to infinity of a GP, and the formula has been given earlier, sum to infinity, which is S infinity is A over 1 minus R. So this is the formula for calculating the sum to infinity. Example 1, to appreciate the use of this formula. Find the sum to infinity of the series 1 over 2, 1 over 4. Of the series 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8 plus dash 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 plus 1 over 1024. So this is a series that has been given to us, and the question now asks us to look for the sum to infinity. When we are looking for the sum to infinity of this series, we can see that our A is 1 over 2. Then our common difference will definitely be 1 over 4 divided by 1 over 2, which is equivalent to 1 over 8 divided by 1 over 4. So if you do this, 1 over 4 times 2 over 1, then we have 1 over 2. Then 1 over 8 times 4 over 1, we also have 1 over 2. Automatically, our common ratio R, is 1 over 2. Now, the question asks us to look for the sum to infinity, and the formula is sum to infinity, which equals to A. What is our A? Our A is half. That is the first term. So 1 minus half, then that gives 1 over 2 over 1 minus half is half. So 1 over half divided by half give us 1. So that means the sum to infinity is 1. The sum to infinity is 1. Exercises. The system of a GP is 2000. The system of a GP is 2000. Exercises number 1. The system of a GP is 2000. The system, which will be AR raised to power 5, is 6000. Find its first term if the common ratio is 10. We have to look for the first term when the common ratio is 10. The common ratio is 10. Automatically, since the common ratio is 10 and the the system is given as 2,000, not 6,000. Automatically, we have AR raised to the power 5 equals to 2,000. Since our R is 10, we can write this as AR raised to the power 4 times R, which is equal to 2,000. So here, our R is 10, so automatically AR raised to the power 4 times 10 is equals to 2,000. Then R is given as 10, so we can also write, since our R is 10, then we have 10 raised to the power 10 times 10 raised to the power 1 equals to 2,000. Then this becomes 8 times 10 raised to the power 5, which is equals to 2 times 10 raised to the power 3. Then we divide both sides by 10 raised to the power 5. By dividing both sides by 10 raised to the power 5, we divide this by 10 raised to the power 5, we also divide this by 10 raised to the power 5. So here, this cancels this. You have A equals to 2 over 1